Hello again. Thank you for watching these videos. Amazingly, some people do. And this week I don't have a guitar build video, but I do have another woodworking thing. Now this here, looking like an idiot, is me playing with a sword my dad built me when I was around 7 years old. And I used to go out and hit walls with it, so as you can see that's why it's all cracked down the side. Now my friend wants me to make another one because it's on Minecraft or something. I don't know, Minecraft's stupid. But I'm going to do it anyway, and hopefully sell it. Now the wood I'm going to use is some softwood, but amazingly has a small amount of figure in it that I got out of a building site skip. So it's no cost at all, and it might end up looking extremely good. So come with me, and I'll show you how to make your own wooden sword. To start, I cut the wood down to around a thickness of 1 inch. Ideally, it should be 4 inches wide and 27 inches long. However, because my wood isn't wide enough, I'm going to have to stick a bit on the side, and I'm going to cut this knot out at the same time. Here I am squaring off one end. Now I'm cutting out the knot, and then cutting off the bit I can stick on. Here are the two parts. I've labelled which sides go on which, but there is a gap between them. So I take a spirit level with some sandpaper stuck to it. This is actually grip tape for flooring. Then I rub the two parts along it. This makes them perfectly straight, so we glue together properly. Now I line up where it needs to go, mark it, and set my clamp up to the right width. I can now apply tight bond glue, line up on the marks, and then clamp it together. I check that it's all in line, and add a bit more glue to the join, and rub it in with my fingers. This way I should get a perfect join. Now before I let it dry, I just check that the sword fits, and now after 24 hours I unclamp it. Here's the diagram if anyone wants to make one at home. It's all in inches of course. So after drawing that out on your bit of wood, you can cut it out with a bandsaw. Right, now I've got my sword the correct outline. I have to plane it to clean up all of the rough edges and smooth all the contours all the way around so it feels like a sword. However, I do have a confession. This plane is completely blunt and I can't plane anyway, so this should be funny. Okay, at this stage I've got that side almost flat, but this bit here sticks up because of an extremely hard knot, and well, that's not good. And now, the return of the angle grinder. Here's what happens when you try and change the guard while the angle grinder is still turned on. Oops. I use this emery tape like an original hand belt sander. I first do the top, then I can wedge a piece of wood under it to do the bottom end to hold it stable. Then I start doing the sides, the head, and then all the intricate parts. Because it cuts so well, I've actually held a bit onto a piece of wood to use like a sanding block. Here's what it looks like after I've used the 60 grit emery tape. Now I take just some normal sandpaper, starting at 80, and sand it for hours until it is all smooth and even. To finish, I have this piece of 1200 grit paper that I always keep because it has particles of varnish engraved in it where I once sanded a pool cue. It gives it a mildly shiny and extra smooth finish to the piece of wood. Now the wood has been finished sanded, I can take some ordinary dark wood stain and rub it all over the sword. I then use white spirit to rub off some of the thick areas to give it a smooth looking finish. Here's what the wood looks like now the stain has dried, and I rub the stain off evenly with wire wool. This can even be used to remove the patches that are too dark and thickly stained. I'm using True Oil to give a clear coat to the sword. I started by applying it to a piece of cloth, but then realised that just soaked it in, so started using my finger. In hindsight, I realised wearing plastic gloves would be the best idea. Here's the True Oil while it's drying, and then like it says on the bottle, I take some wire wool and rub it off until it's smooth. This gives a natural looking shine to the wood that I'm extremely happy with. Here's my new sword in comparison to the old one my dad made around 10 years ago. I'm extremely happy that I could turn such a horrible, muddy piece of wood on the right into such an amazing looking sword on the left. Make sure you subscribe and join me next time for whatever bizarre project I decide to do next.